A couple times a year at Olio Apps, we take a break from our regular client work building software for enterprise and startups to build something just for fun. For our November 2025 hackathon, the theme was games. This video shows the presentations and judging of our hackathon games.
The ladies' IT department today created a kind of a game. It's a game. It's a series of games.
I guess I should probably collect some food for my pigeon. Just food falling right now. Oh, there's something interesting. Oh my God, my shrimp. My shrimp.
So you can play a little bit of informational warfare with your opponent, trying to kind of obscure what they are able to know. And it's pretty hard.
These different rooms we've got have different. Oh no, it happened again. So I'm dead.
I lost myself. You can point and click, just point and click at Baz to shoot fireballs.
Where am I? Oh my God, this is so hectic.
I don't have kids, but there is the phrase like choosing between your own children. And I felt like I had five glorious newborns in which to choose from. So this was six in order to choose from. Can't count today.
We're going to start with the goats. Take it away, the goats.
And welcome to Goat Wizard, the first product by Goat Wizard Inc. Games. The team is Ian, Philip, and I, and we made this game. This is our landing screen. We're going to demo a quick playthrough, and then we'll invite the judges to play while Ian introduces the game. So Ian, if you want to talk about it a little bit.
Sure, yeah. So we made a variation on King of the Hill. King of the Hill, the idea is you stand on this tower in the center, and the longer you stand there, the more points you get. But we made a slight variation on it where if you are the high wizard, everybody else tries to blast you with their fireballs. And if you hit the high wizard last, you become the high wizard in the next round. And then we have some tiny little scrolls that appear in the middle of the map, and they give you power-ups to like movement speed and how many projectiles you can shoot at one time and things like that. So when you're the high wizard, your fireballs get bigger and you have more health than everybody. And the goal is basically to just survive as high wizard. And yeah, things can get pretty hectic with more players and everything. So we're definitely looking forward to getting some more of you guys in here.
And so the judges can join the game. Oh, all right, so the new game's going to start. This is perfect. We have 60 seconds. If the wizard survives 60 seconds, they win. If we take them down, we win.
It's a little bit hard to tell who you are with so many players. Good job. This is hectic.
So Ba is the high wizard. Take down Ba. And now, by the way, everyone in Olio can join too. So everyone click the link and join. Let's see if the servers can handle it. Ba has 8 hit points. We just have to hit Ba 8 times. That's all we have to do.
It doesn't look like we turned off friendly fire between non-high
7
wizards.
points. 6.
Where am I? Oh my God, this is so hectic.
I lost myself. You can point and click. Just point and click at Baz to shoot fireballs in that direction.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the controls. WASD or the arrow keys to move.
Or point and click.
Yes, point and click. Spacebar you can also fire with.
All right. Wow.
Oh my God, you guys could not kill me.
The server is deployed on Railway. The front end is on Netlify. We used layer.ai to make the asset. So here's, for example, the wizard asset. And that's where the map came from. Then Coalesius is the TypeScript game server. So Coalesius is running on Railway. And Phaser.js is running the client, and that's deployed on Netlify. So there you have it. And it's total mayhem with this many people. We only tested with 3 people, obviously. This is awesome.
So I know everybody pretty much relied on Claude for their projects, right? I'm assuming. So I'm going to talk about our Claude strategies. For those of us who are using it, we used our Claude MD files for rules and guidelines about how to start and stop the server. Then the only other optimization we had was a agent dedicated specifically as a Coalesius phaser agent. So we had AI docs that were generated and actually part of the source code that that agent could reference when it was doing game mechanical tasks. And then the Claude itself was instructed anytime you had a task to do to delegate it to the game engine agent that would run the changes and then report back upstream. That's about all we had to do as far as Claude tooling, but I found it pretty effective. I know Philip used Codex, and Ian got set up on Claude as well.
We also used layer.ai for some of the asset generation, and it went pretty smoothly all in all, but there were some issues with the AI not creating transparent backgrounds, a lot of the images, and I found myself having to use like twice as many tokens to have it generate the image and then reprocess that same image with a transparent background, which was a little bit frustrating. But beyond that, the user experience is pretty smooth on their website and their user interface and everything. So pretty cool in that regard. But yeah, it's a shame you have to use twice as many tokens as you should have to.
Cool.
I gotta say, it's pretty amazing how well the Colecia server is working. We didn't know how to balance it with 20 people and better power-ups, I would say.
Yeah. The power-ups we got installed with about 30, 40 minutes left to go. So we just didn't get a chance to tune the engine.
Anything surprising during the development of a game using?
It did really good at the mechanics, right? The physics for the game, but it had problems with unexpected simple tasks like CSS. How to combine CSS with the game engine, like the canvas, like the rendering engine. We spent more time trying to put a scoreboard or the instructions or sprite layering in the right places. The mechanics and the physics were easy. All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys. All right, next up we have Ben, Mukhtar, and Todd, team Breaking the Louvre.
This is how I start strong. Have you ever you ever thought about, okay, in the great tradition of heist films, such as Jean-Luc Godard's Band of Outsiders, Michael Mann's Thief, and these two hot guys who robbed the Louvre recently, we have designed a game that is called Breaking the Louvre. And it has a pretty similar stack actually to the last group of folks, and we can talk more about that afterwards. But yeah, we use Claude quite a bit, and we have Breaking the Louvre. These were some kind of like sketches, but this is to show that we made all of our assets on the bus on the way downtown today. So these are our little sprightlies. And the three of us are going to join a game right now. So this is a 3-player only game. Again, in the great traditions, all those great 3-player only games. It's an online multiplayer game, and let's go ahead and all join. Throughout the whole day, we've been referring to each other as our code names. I am Mr. Pink, so I'll go ahead and select that. And Todd, there's Mukhtar, and there's Todd, Mr. Green and Mr. Blue. The point of this game is, so all three of us are dropped into the Louvre. We've all just, climbed in through the window, up a ladder. And uh-oh, there's a guard. So what do? We kill him. And you can see we have a smaller map. There's a smaller map up here, which shows us our relative position in the larger thing. Now, if we were really smart bandits, we would probably split up. But, we also like each other, like hanging out. So we're kind of just cruising around rooms together. Uh-oh, got caught. Oh my gosh, Todd did too. Yeah. Mukhtar, are you dead?
Yeah, I'm dead. I think it was friendly fire.
Okay. We did start to run out of time here, so we have some bugs yet. Let's see what happens. What if we refresh? Can we get back into the game or start a new one?
Yeah, you can.
Mr. Pink, wonderful. All right, here we go. So we did get caught, and the way that you get caught is by running into a guard. At some point, we want guards to be able to shoot back. These different rooms we've got have different, oh no, it happened again. So I'm dead. Let's see. Do you guys want to die real quick and we'll try it more? But okay, so what we have scattered throughout randomly there is a control room. Oh, here, let me refresh. All right, whatever. All right, there we go. All right, cool. There is a control room. There is a post-it note. What I learned today is that the actual Louvre security system's password was the word Louvre. And so it was pretty easy to hack. So what we want to look for is the post-it note that someone left around here with the password written on it. And I'll try to kill some of these
I have some
guards.
bad news,
Oh,
Ben.
where did he go?
I accidentally picked up the sticky note.
Oh, you got the
Oh, you
sticky
got the
note?
sticky note.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, so now we're trying to find the security room. And in the security room, we'll enter the password. And then we need to find the crown jewels of Empress Eugenie. And once we've found that, then we make our great escape. And I don't know if we'll have time to actually pull that off because, you know, a heist generally takes longer than 5 minutes, but... Ah! Oh! Oh, hey, somebody picked up the crown, though. How are you doing, Mukhtar? Are you surviving?
I'm fighting for my life, trying to find the control room. Oh my god, they killed me.
Okay. Well, so you'll have to take our word for it that once you get the post-it note, you can take it to the control room. Once you get to the control room, you can unlock the exit door. And then you find the crown jewels and you exit with the crown jewels and you have won the game.
Yeah, for deployment, we kept it pretty simple. We use Railway. We have the client and the server both on Railway as different nodes, just, talking to each other. They use different technologies and have different libraries, so that made sense. And yeah, went really smoothly. Very, very easy, good developer experience.
There was a lot of overlap, but I was working largely on the map and sprites and stuff. Todd was working largely on the back end and Calisius. Again, like our stack was very similar to the last group, so we won't explain all that, but that's kind of how the work broke down a little bit. Mukhtar was doing sound and like DevOps kind of deployment, that kind of stuff. We got pretty close to everything we wanted, but not 100%. We could have used one more hour. But yeah, we had a lot of fun.
There you go.
What would be the next part of the game you would want to implement or improve?
We had a lot of ideas for like guard dogs and power-ups. We wanted fog of war. So when you're like going through the rooms, you unlock them as you go. Zooming in and out would be pretty cool to be able to check out like where you are in the scheme of things. Yeah. Anything else that I'm forgetting?
Aggro mode. We
Aggro mode.
prototype that what the guards see and they go aggro. Yeah.
Yeah, it was working okay, and the guards would turn red and they'd start running at you like they were really mad. That was pretty fun, but we didn't get that. Thanks, everyone.
Next up, we've got
Yeah.
the ladies' IT department. Take it away.
Okay, everyone. The ladies' IT department today created a kind of a game. It's a game. It's a series of games for a cause, for a purpose. And once again, we are the ladies' IT department. It's Emma, Sarah, and Lori in spirit today. She wasn't feeling well. Okay, our mission was to solve the epidemic of overspending in the way of online shopping in my home and in Emma's home. So we came up with this idea to create a browser extension that basically prevents you from completing a purchase until you go through this list of things. You have to correctly answer a trivia question. You have to gather some food and supplies for a pigeon while also avoiding some very scary obstacles. You have to then persuade the pigeon, and then you have to fight a pigeon, and then you have to go through a series of clicking buttons, and then you're going to have to wait an undisclosed but deeply mandatory amount of time before you are allowed to complete your purchase. So basically you add your trigger URLs, your websites that trigger your overspending habit, and then once you go there, a modal will appear, and then your quest begins. And frankly, good luck with that. Now I will hand it over to the love of my life to give a demo.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Okay, so we have here, I'm addicted to purchasing pigeon supplies. I can't get enough of it, and I really need this bacterial infections of the respiratory system supplement. Oh no. Okay, I guess I'll start the trials. So I guess, Sarah, do you know the answer to this one? If I invested $51. into a Roth IRA with an 8% annual return, how much would I have in 15 years?
I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say 160.
165. Oh man, maybe I shouldn't buy this pigeon stuff. Okay. I guess I should probably collect some food for my pigeon. Just food falling right now. Oh, there's something interesting. Oh my God, my shrimp. My shrimp is worth a point. Sometimes
The shrimp are sometimes worth
not.
points, and sometimes worth negative points.
All right, so I guess I have to get 10 of these. Oh crap. Come on. Okay. Maybe one more and a French fry. Sweet. Oh crap. Oh no, there's a snake. Oh crap.
No,
Oh,
she
no.
has to type the snake
Oh,
really fast.
I defeated the snake. Okay, that's good. Okay, well, okay, I guess I gotta convince this pigeon that I need to buy the pigeon food. I really need to check out the site. I've been working really hard. Dang it. Okay, all right, try again. I guess it's a really important investment. The snake is back and it's going backwards for some reason. You just caught me. I wanted to browse. Can I pass? All right. Oh, okay. Um, uh,
This game might be unwinnable. But if you click a bomb, it heckles you.
if you can click a bomb. Okay, let's pretend I made it to 25. Okay. Yes, fine. Dang it.
You'll have to wait a day. You still have to wait 29 hours and 28 hours.
And I can also add other websites to here. So pigeon.com probably. So
Yeah, so
I mean,
make it through all of that, you completely forget why you were there and you just move on with your life and you save some money or save some sanity. Okay, we'll actually not be taking questions at this time. All of our questions can be directed to our
yeah.
CEO. Thank you so much. Emma, do you want to talk about the tech stack?
It's just TypeScript, React,
Really simple.
and Chrome extension.
How much AI was used in the pigeon creation?
I drew all of the pigeon material. And then I would just hand it to Claude and be like, can you put this pigeon in somewhere?
Josh, the pigeons are for you.
Excellent. Knowing
Yeah,
that.
I hope you still like pigeons.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.
Yep.
This has been a Ladies IT Department production.
So next up, we have got Hackathon.
Yeah, thanks. So our game is a new take on an old classic. We extended Minesweeper to handle multiple players. So here you can see the landing page. We've got, it's pretty pared down. You've got a little bit of how to play and then creating and joining an existing game. And then you can select the difficulty with the number of cells and the initial mines, and you'll see what we mean by initial soon enough. And you can change the theming up here, but I like cupcake. We've also got leaderboards down here for keeping track of who's doing the best. And with that said, I'm gonna create a game. Takes you here. I'm gonna share this in Zoom chat and ask that Jonathan joins my game so we can demonstrate gameplay a bit. So once he joins with that game code, we're launching here. And so each turn consists of placing a bomb and then trying to reveal a square. And of course, our favorite part of any game is some banter and gamesmanship. So you can type in messages to your opponent, and we can get rid of that. And then I'm going to place my first bomb, or yeah, so my bomb is there. So I can now mark it with a flag. And now I'm going to try and select a place that I don't think a bomb exists on. And I was lucky. So now it's Jonathan's turn.
My turn, thanks. Spectators can join that link too. If you guys go in and copy the game code and enter it, you can enjoy the game chat. Yeah. All right. I'm going to place a bomb. Oh, man. All right. Well, that sucked. This game sucks.
Yeah.
Should we do another one?
Yeah, let's do another one. So far, we've never won, but let's try intermediate so we can hopefully get one of those cool big gaps. So let's go ahead and share this. And there's a couple features that we may or may not run into. One of the first ones that I'm excited about is the fact that the chat, you cannot minimize it if someone messages you. Hopefully you can kind of try and time it so that you, yeah, throw it up when someone's placing their mine and distract them. Let's try here, place there, and I'm gonna guess here. Nice. Another bit of the gamesmanship is your flag placement. So if someone places a flag on your flag, it actually steals yours. So you can play a little bit of informational warfare with your opponent, trying to kind of obscure what they are able to know. It's pretty hard.
Who was player two in that situation? I was wondering.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of ways of ensuring that you don't invite too many people. Let's see if we can do expert. So I'll where's my Zoom?
Oh no, I mean go for it. I'm happy Banisher. You want to get in there? Whoever grabs it first, I think.
That was your just desserts, Ben. It was
All
karma.
right. I'm in.
All right, oh yeah. So I'm gonna go bottom right. Also, placing a bomb on a bomb also loses you the game. Yeah, I really like how you can't keep that minimized. Ooh. Uh, and then, yeah, maybe I can demonstrate some of this flag stealing. Maybe not. So if Jonathan or whoever I'm playing against tries to place flags there, they will steal my flags. I'll capture the flag. And you guys should be able to see where everybody's bombs are being placed and what they've flagged just to kind of increase. Oh, yeah, that was a double click. But yeah, we were hoping to show off the big expansion that is so satisfying in this game, but we've been running into a lot of bombs. Yeah.
We just have this deployed to GitHub pages. We're just using Vite on the front end with React TypeScript. And then we are using a service called Supabase, which is we're subscribing to, we have like a chat or messages table, and then we have a games table in our leaderboard as well. And you can just get those updates from the service. It's all free. It was really fun learning this. I hadn't used it before, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Does anyone have any questions?
Are you using any super-based functions?
I think, yeah, I think I don't know if we have them defined like in the schema. I'm trying to remember how that worked. We were definitely ripping with Claude pretty quick. Hank, what do you think? I think they're like the client is calling like updates to
Yeah,
the game state, which is just like a single record. I think that's it.
yeah, we subscribe to the channel trying to detect Postgres changes on the game state, and the game state is so anytime the game state updates, you fetch that new game state and render it in your on your front end. And everything's hosted on the static page.
Next up, we've got four dudes with tudes, the Bend crew, Cameron, John, Daniel, and Scott.
All right, so we got a little slideshow. We decided to make something called Pictionary Party, four dudes with tudes, we're the four people in Central Oregon. Yeah, so it was just like the idea behind it is it's an AI-initiated Pictionary Party game. So the idea, here's the flow. Basically, like we were going to have an AI generate an image per person who is in the game. And then each player who is They would end up getting that. They would end up guessing what a prompt would be for that image. And then you kind of just pass it. And whatever that prompt is gets passed on to another player. That next player then draws it. And then finally at the end, you get to kind of see the side by side of all the AI with the prompt that that initial person ended up generating. And at the end, a stretch goal that we didn't get to was voting. We actually didn't get to the end of the game. So where we did get to was we got Firebase working. We were able to get like a lobby going where X amount of players were able to connect. Some of the game mechanics, like auto advancing from the lobby onto the game. You could also see other players. You could change the theme, sort of. And you could also kick players out. We also realized at the start we ended up having games with like 30 people. So we had to kick them out. And we got Firebase functions to work. We also have a screen where you can draw with Canvas. That ended up working. We also were able to design all of the screens. Where we didn't get to was actually getting the AI images to generate at the beginning. We kind of just pushed that off, and never ended up getting to it to get it going. We just generated 20 images and used that as sort of like a seed. And also, most importantly, we didn't actually get to the drawing/results rounds. We got stuck kind of getting past the AI, or sorry, like where the user would type the prompt and then move on to the next round where it should end up passing off the image or the prompt to another user. We just couldn't get past it. There was something with, I think, the local state where it wasn't syncing up with Firebase correctly. And so that was what we spent the last little bit on trying to get that, and we're not able to. So here it is, it's on Netlify. So you can sign in. I can post a link, but anyway, I don't know if you guys want to join it actually. But yeah, anyway, so here's the lobby. One of the things we used that made like the designs really nice, we didn't use Claude at all, unlike everybody else. It was mostly just Cursor, which maybe that was where our issue was. Yeah, anyway, but to generate these screens, we actually used Figma. Figma has like a new AI generate tool. It was actually pretty good. It was able to create like a ton of components that were used that we were able to just kind of take over and implement pretty quickly. So yeah, anyway, you can see here, you can change your theme, which again, these don't actually do anything. But like if John was to change, the theme, it would change for me. And you can also see I can boot out Cameron and then he's not in the game. So the next thing that happens if somebody else or me press the start game, it moves us on to here. And this is where, again, like it would be an AI generated image. Right now, it is an AI generated image, but it's always the first image for me because I was player one. But again, we would have that. I would type a bear fishing. So then again, ideally, a bear fishing goes on to somebody else, they draw it. We were able to get the draw page to kind of work. So here's again, like all in the same sort of theme. So I would have had 60 seconds to draw it. It's going to be really bad. So I'm going to try and draw a bear really quick. It's like terrible. Because yeah, you're also using a trackpad. That's really, really bad. I can't draw. But anyway, like this like worked pretty well. Getting to draw oh man, that's really bad. I'm gonna get stuck drawing the bear. Anyway, yeah, so like this kind of worked pretty well. Like the canvassing worked quite well. And you can erase and change the width and stuff like that. So then the idea is you submit it, and then you would move on to the last page where you'd end up viewing all these prompts. These are just AI generated image. You'd see the AI one on the left, the initial prompt, and then what somebody drew on the right, and then what that prompt that was generated was. Then you can cycle through all the different ones from that round. And then if you wanted to play again, you could play again. And yeah, that was the game that we almost got to the finish. But yeah, again, as I mentioned, we kind of got stuck. We got stuck on getting past that screen right here. Whenever you type the prompt and submit, there was just something that was off with local state syncing up with Firebase. But yeah, I think that's it, unless you guys have anything else you think I should add. Yeah, I'll just quickly go to the tech stack then. Yeah, we used Figma, as I mentioned. I don't think any of us used Claude. It was all just Cursor. We deployed it with Netlify, and we used Firebase for the backend along with Firebase functions. I know it was React. For local state, we used Zustand. And then also for the drawing, for the canvas, we used a library called React Sketch Canvas, which actually worked like really well. It was really, really easy to implement. Yeah, that's kind of it for our Pictionary party.
How did you break up the work?
We actually had, so I don't know if I'll be able to show it, but we had like to start, we had a little, I don't know where it is, but there's a little whiteboard right there that we used. Actually, it probably blurred. So there's a little whiteboard if there was no blur. But yeah, we broke it off. John and Scott kind of focused primarily on the back end. Cameron and I focused on the front end. And then over time, we kind of just all blended together, I'd say, by the end of the day. Yeah, I made the presentation the last little bit.
Would you use Cursor again for the next project, or would you use Claude?
I don't know. I like in regular professional life, I've had much better success with Claude than I feel like with Cursor, but Cursor wasn't that bad. I just think like, so we had this like big JSON thing with like seeds and a, what was it like, not a stack, right? Chains. So like, I think
ChatGPT for that.
we use ChatGPT for that, yeah. But I think this might be where Cursor maybe got stuck was trying to implement this. What it's just like it's deep and deep and deep and deep. But I imagine Claude, at least from what I've seen, would have done a better job at that. So ideally, in hindsight, maybe more Claude than Cursor.
Last but definitely not least, we've got Jarek Daramy. Take it away.
Welcome. This is Itamai on the line, Sushi Tactics. Attention to detail, sense of urgency, a passion for fresh fish. Do you have what it takes to become a master sushi chef? Team up with a friend to complete orders and sell beautiful dishes, but be careful. Your exacting clientele won't accept mistakes. Success depends on verbal communication and teamwork. Can you quash beef? Can you keep up with the flood of orders, or will you find yourself underwater, swimming with the fishes, in the weeds, or in other words, 86? Become the Itamai in Itamai on the line, Sushi Tactics, Ale Cuisine. All right, here we are on the app. Alrighty, I am joining your match. Jeremy here, he's the expo in the kitchen. I'm the chef. He has to read me off the order.
Yeah,
What do
we're
we
gonna
need?
need a machi and hot sauce, please.
Okay, is that sashimi or nigiri?
Nigiri.
Okay, cool. Hamachi. I'm making it. You said hot sauce. All right. Sending it your way. Oops, I accidentally left. Let me rejoin. Let me see if the code will work if I have to rejoin. But that is the order. Come on, send it.
Submit. Oh
Ship it.
no, it's
Ship it.
wrong. The order is a mismatch. That's
Oh
not what I asked
no.
for.
Oh no, it must have been sashimi. So in Itamai on the line, the expo reads the orders to the sushi chef who must make the orders and send them back to the expo for validation. The game relies on communication and teamwork and knowing the menu in order to get things done. I can't connect JDub. We might need to fall back on the storybook.
Okay, no big deal.
My partner AC made the assets. I made a paper doll engine that I call the origami engine because it's sushi and it's paper, and that's money. This is the chef. Would you show the chef view real quick? Oh no. Oh yeah, chef view. Here we have our mise en place. That's all of our ingredients. You drag them into the plate builder, and then you can submit that to the expo, who will then review the dish, and then can either send it out to the table to risk gaining or losing points, or reject it and make the chef remake it. We can see on the ticket that we have a specification here. The item on the right must meet the one on the left to be a valid submission. It was a lot of fun. On my end, I used Cursor, just auto, with a very heavy hand. And then Jeremy, what did you use? You want to give the stack on the back end?
Yeah, so the backend stack is a simple express socket IO server, which I built using a combination of Claude and ChatGPT. And we deployed the backend using, I forget the name of the service already. I think render.com is how I deployed the API. And we deployed the front end using Vercel.
Yeah. And on the front end, we considered Phaser before deciding that for our use case, React worked just fine. Paper doll, sashimi, and nigiri, and a wide array of ingredients, and then are able to diff and order from the submitted food in order to check on the validation there. We have a cheat code, easy mode, and a debug mode to look at our payload. That's about all the cool stuff. Obviously, we had very little time to get this done. Beyond MVP, we'd like to implement mobile support, more assets, and then professional tier UI and elements, multiple orders and multiple items per order, and then the potential for like assembly lining food production to save time, adding multiple stations for different food types, up to 4 players, and then we could enter all this interplay of like cadence of workflow and lulls and being backed up and having to help each other out, delegating duties, and more types of food beyond sashimi and nigiri. But people who've known me long enough know that I come from this field and I'm very much obsessed with how running a kitchen is quite like an IRL RTS game. So with that, I think we're done. J-Dub, anything to add?
No, that's great.
Awesome. Thank you all for the time. Any questions?
I just want to say that this would be such a great tool for training cooks, in a
Yeah,
real
absolutely.
where they need to know the menu and remember the order of things.
Yeah, the funnest part for me, besides putting together the paper doll system based on the assets that my partner made for us, was creating the ticket generation system, which allows for different items to be rung in under multiple different names. So, like, as the working in a restaurant, a server might say, "Hey, can I get yuzu kosho, or could I get that green chili paste, or that green stuff? Can I get that green stuff?" Like, you get a random selection of different ways of putting an order. Like, oh, you wanted it that way? The whole point of the game is when communication breaks down, that's the spice of life and the spice of the sushi, I guess.
Awesome.
Are those all original graphics?
All original. AC, everything was original, right? Yeah.
Wow. Congrats. That's awesome.
Hey, I put them to work last night. I was like, baby, we have hackathon tomorrow. Come on, let's go. And they did it in an hour. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for letting us present.
You ready? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to the judges for their announcement.
Great, great. Do you want to do the honors, Sol?
No, you can do it, Josh.
All right. Rockin'. So after some intense deliberation, a very challenging choice. I don't have kids, but there is the phrase like choosing between your own children, and I felt like I had 5 glorious newborns in which to choose from. So this was 6 in order to choose from. Can't count today. It turned out that some of the areas we prioritized did have to do with levels of completeness. That was rated quite highly, and then our expertise of our gamer over here, and like the taste of it. So number 1, because of completeness and a social aspect, and also a novel twist on a classic, the winner goes to a Hackathon for multiplayer Minesweeper. So congratulations. And then a special mention to, helping curb the destructive woes of capitalism and consumerism through the means of our flying friends, the pigeons, goes to a ladies' IT department, which reminds me of a game called Hypnospace Outlaw. So if you're not familiar with that, check that one out. Very, very good job.
I think Josh summarized it really well. I'd say those were that was like the main one was the Minesweeper, and then the pigeon one was just a cool idea. And there was only one hitch, which was the actual kind of she wasn't able to beat the game, and that's kind of what held them from like actually winning, maybe possibly. But I thought it was a cool idea. But yeah.
Thank you both so much for judging, and big congratulations to our winners. And well done, everyone.
Good job, guys. This was
Only to get past the
blowing me away.
pigeons.
This is the best hackathon so far I've seen at Olio. Amazing. Thank you, judges, for your time.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.